What's going on, everybody? This is Toy Addict, and today, welcome to an all-new Toy Addicts Anonymous Live. I'm joined today by my buddy Carlos, the Badass Reviews, and today we have very special guest, Nolan Collects from Instagram. I met Nolan at Legion's Con last year. He's a super cool dude from Chi-Town, and it's awesome to have you join us today, man. So tell us, what's up, man? What's new? What's your latest hauls? What do you want to talk about, man?
Yeah, I've been collecting Mythic Legions, obviously. If you guys have been following my channel, obviously we met at Legion's Con, so that's really where we connected. We connected in line, which was like just out of the blue, random. That's why I like Legion's Con, is because you just meet all these random people, and then you just for some reason connect, because I feel like you all share the same kind of joy, right, of toys. But yeah, I got a huge haul over here. I'll show you guys in a second if you want to see it right now. We can definitely go over that, but yeah, no.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, it's Legion's Con. We were just talking a little bit right before we started. It was an awesome experience. The last experience that I had out of state was San Diego Comic-Con. No, sorry, it was New York Comic-Con 2018, I believe. Yeah. And that was awesome. I met up with my buddy Bodega Joe's that lives up in the Bronx. And it's something about, I've always loved the hobby, not just because of the joy you get from collecting, but because of the friendships that you make. Carlos and I, we met up over there, and I know something happened where I couldn't be there early in the morning, and then Carlos calls me and he's like, "Hey, bro, I'll get you hooked up. I'm with some friends. I've been here since super early," and that's how we all kind of met. And then it was really humbling, where a lot of people were like, "Hey, I watch your video reviews," or "Hey, they recognize me," and that was really cool, because it's like, one thing is you have so many followers, but that's spread out through the world. So the chances that so many people in the same location are actually fans, or they watch your channel, it's humbling. And it was really fun. We had a blast just, talking about the hobby, just killing time till the show opened, and it was awesome, man. So yeah, it's really awesome to have you join us today. And let's start off with what you got, man. I'm gonna put the
show some toys
spotlight on you.
You want to see some toys? Okay, so
I want to see some toys.
So funny enough, like I'm going to show you guys something that I don't really collect anymore, but I had to have these. Was the Spider-Man?
Yeah,
nice.
Spider-Verse. I'm not really into the Legends anymore because honestly, I have mixed feelings about Hasbro, but I had to get these specifically. So these were like must-haves for me in my collection. But funny enough,
the 2099 Spidey from that line looks sick, bro.
Yeah.
He looks really nice. I like the fact that those figures are very on the accuracy with the animation.
Yeah, they're really stylized.
And but at the same time,
I'm even debating on even opening these right now. Like, I kind of like them on card. I'm typically like a mix on card / opener, but yeah. So we got that. I've shown these off. I actually did a review, but I got like 6 of these. We got a bunch of orcs from the Aether Blade wave.
Oh yeah,
got a bunch. Kind of hard to see, but these are pretty cool. Like, I'm trying to army build these like crazy.
I got the Attila 2-pack. That's the only one I got.
Yeah, the Attila 2-pack. That pack is really sick. So I got that. 4 horsemen. Got some extra Phobuses over here. So we got more horses.
Nice.
I definitely have to have the mounts.
That's a great horse.
Yeah. Got an extra Red Krampus over here. Yeah, we went crazy with the Legions. Some of these I actually picked up at MuskyCon. I don't know if you guys caught that video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like a bunch of these Vorthogs and stuff. It's actually just all duplicates. So like crazy army building is all I got over here. So just that. And then I think, let me see, the only different character is an extra, unknown one.
Unknown one.
Yeah, so I got the Legion's Con version.
That's the exclusive one, or no?
What was that? Sorry.
That's the exclusive or the regular version?
No, that's the regular one. The exclusive one is like I got the boxes like line up here. So that's where I'm keeping.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, the exclusive was the one in the box. Remember, Carlos? It wasn't in a
Yeah,
pack.
that was the one we picked at Legion's Con.
The one we got at Legion's Con, yeah.
How many did you pick up at Legion's Con?
Oh man, I think I pick up like 4 of them.
Pick up 4?
Maybe.
I think
I
I got.
wanted to pick
I
up
think
more
I got
because
2 or 3.
yeah, they lifted those, and I'm like, oh man, how am I going to bring them back to Chicago? You know, like it's.
Yeah.
Well, what I did was like you can like Jorge. We were staying at this hotel that was really close to a Walmart.
Yeah.
So I went to Walmart and I was like, I told my wife, I was like, listen, I'm going back with another bag. So I bought like this big luggage. So I put everything on it, dude.
Is that what you did? Oh my gosh. That's like, I don't know. And I'm already planning for like this year. Like, I don't know, like, cause I'm already like connecting with a couple of people on the Cabal that can ship stuff back. I'm like trying to build these connections with everyone. Cause you know.
Yeah. This guy Almeida,
Brian.
Yeah. He get all your stuff and he shipped that to you.
Yeah. I think I figured that out after. Cause so I was like pretty heartbroken because right when Legion's Con ended and like we were back to my hotel, what I initially planned to do was like I put everything in the box. So like you know how when you're in the line with 4 horsemen, like you get those boxes. Like we had a box and we were filling them up. My plan was like I was gonna just like close them up and then like just bring them on the airplane and ship them out. But apparently like there's like a 50-pound limit, and this thing was way over 50 pounds. I was like, oh
correct.
Crap. So we drove around. We were trying to find like a FedEx, and the only one that would do it cost like $600.
Oh my
What?
God.
Yeah. And I was like, I can't do that. And my wife obviously was like, absolutely not. So we said no. And I'm like, oh, and this was like, mind you, this is like 2 hours before our flight. So I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? So what I ended up having to do was just, I had to open the figures. I had to open all of them and just shove them in my luggage. Like, and I was just like, I know, right? And we talked about this in line, right? The rituals of like, having a figure, you want to enjoy it in the package for a little bit and then just open it. So
yeah,
it took I remember just sitting in the parking lot of the hotel. I was like, crap, like I'm gonna have to just open these because I do want to bring these figures back at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I was able to move stuff around like in my thing, but I had to like literally in the parking lot just open all my packages, like just wrap them around like clothes and stuff, you know, just like to get them in.
$600, dude.
That
like,
is crazy, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna take one for the team, just open it, and then just take it home. And then like
you know what it is? It sucks, but that's the dimensional weight. So what they do is like, it doesn't matter what your shit weighs. Now, if your stuff is heavy, it's even worse. But you could have like if you could be shipping a fucking pillow, right?
Yeah.
And the box dimensions are like X amount, they can charge you an arm and leg to ship a pillow because the way they look at it is you're taking up X amount of real estate in my truck. That's how they do it. And it's ridiculous. So what I do when I ship big stuff, I either go UPS instead of FedEx or post office because FedEx seems to be like the craziest prices, man.
But post office is crazy too, dude.
Yeah.
I think UPS is the best option so far for big packages.
Yeah,
probably.
UPS.
Yeah, because I ship a Galactus.
How much
was it? Was through UPS, and it cost me like I think it was like $50, something like that.
Wow.
Not bad at all for a Galactus.
Where did you ship it to?
This was to a guy in a PO box. I think it was in Miami or something like that.
Oh, okay, but that was local. If you were shipping that shit to California,
yeah.
Oh, but California is a different type of animal, dude. Like
Hey,
that's
go over the mountains.
That's crazy.
or
That's
to
crazy.
Chi-Town, like if you shipped it to Chicago, it would have been
Everything. Chicago's not that bad, but everything West Coast is horrible.
Yeah, you always see that on the Cabal too, right? If you ever see people post stuff, they're like, add $4 if going to the West Coast. So that makes a lot of sense. Like it just costs a little more to go. And like I kind of feel for the people that are like Legion's collectors and they're buying directly from 4 Horsemen. Like I don't know if you guys are on the Cabal or like see all those posts. Like people are always saying like, man, it's shipping is so expensive. It's like $20 for
It's
like whatever.
way too expensive, dude.
I mean, I get it, and I feel like just the rates in general are just a lot higher, right? Like, but everyone has to pay it right now. It's higher shipping at the moment.
Yeah. Hey, Nolan, question. And when you start collecting Mythic Legions?
I started collecting legions. Let me see. Hold on. When the Poxus wave was, that's when I started. Like when it was announced. So that Legions Con when the Poxus wave. That's when it was because I've only been collecting for the last 3 years.
Oh yeah, I thought that was recently.
Yeah. I've only just got back into toy collecting 3 years ago. So like it was the pandemic. I'm literally my YouTube channel, my Instagram, all my whole collection is the product of the pandemic. Because prior to that, I was a minimalist. I didn't collect anything. I was actually the opposite because I knew how my tendencies are, and my tendencies made all this happen. Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm crazy impulsive. Like I know how I am as a person, and just like because it's always one of those things, as you're like, I don't want to buy that. Like if you're not a collector and you're like walking through Target, you're like looking at a pop, you're like, I don't want to buy that. I'm gonna have to buy everything. And then one day, like I did, like, yeah, I need to buy that, right? Because how it started was I was bored during the pandemic, like everyone. I think it was like October 2001, or no, sorry, was it 2001 or 2019? 2019 is when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
I went to Target and I went to the Lego aisle because I always wanted a Lego or like a AT-AT.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's a cool display. And then I ended up just buying it. And then I'm like, oh, that was really fun. And then I just went on YouTube and started looking up like Lego reviews because like that I usually like to do research on stuff that I buy. So I did that, and then I stumbled upon toy hunting videos after that. Like I got suggested toy hunting videos, and I was like, hey, that's something that I could kind of try. And then like I gave a stab at it, and then like all of a sudden I started collecting Marvel Legends, Black Series, and then like I went on a crazy rabbit hole for like a whole year, like straight of just buying whatever, And I think like I did that for like a year and a half. Like that was like my YouTube. I literally built my YouTube on just buying stuff. Like I bought stuff and I'm like, and I really love editing stuff on video, like for YouTube. Like just naturally, like that's probably one of the fun things that I have about YouTube is just actually recording stuff or like editing. But then like also on top of that, it also complemented, my buying impulse, So, and then like, I think I discovered Mythic Legions through like, I think I saw like a Dork Layer video once.
Okay.
Then I saw, I don't know if you guys know Josh Pence. He was a toy hunter.
I know him.
Yeah, like he was actually the first guy that I looked at that was an adult that bought action figures. And I was like, hey, this guy looks kind of cool. And he's actually buying action figures. And I'm like, this is when more I was focused on Lego. And I got all this Lego in the background. I don't really put it on my YouTube anymore, but it went from like Lego, and then I kind of evolved to action figures. It was Black Series, and then Marvel Legends, and then it moved to Mythic Legions because I saw that he collected a little bit of Legions, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I played World of Warcraft for like 15 years, so like I like the myth and like the fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's what really got me like into Legions was when I saw I think I saw something like I was following someone. They reposted the Four Horsemen's new wave, which was the Poxus wave, and I saw Tharnog. That orc with the antlers.
Yeah.
That figure alone literally was the reason why I put in like, and that's why I have this collection.
That's what activated your
Tharnog. Yeah, because he was an orc. And I was like, this figure looks sick.
It's so weird because you mentioned Josh Pence, and I think he stopped collecting.
He did. Yeah, he stopped.
He was really big into hot toys.
Yeah, he actually, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. He actually might start collecting Legion or Mythic Legions again.
I saw him. He posted something like he put like some figures there. Yeah, and he's like, I may start collecting again, whatever. But I know he sold his whole collection.
He sold everything. Yeah, he got rid of everything.
Because he was mainly concerned about like at the end of the day, like this is a hobby, right. and like I mean, so for some people it's like life, but at
Yeah.
least for me, I think in Jorge, you know, like for us, is we're like family guys. You know, like
Yeah.
more important is like the family. More important is like trying to stay healthy. I mean, I'm 47 years old, almost 48.
Same
You
here.
know, I see now my friends. You know, some of my friends from childhood. You know,
Yeah.
they don't take care of themselves, whatever, and they're like sick or they're pass away, whatever. You know,
Oof.
so and I think Josh started like kind of like going through that, and I know he started exercising, he started doing like other stuff or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, good for him, you know. But now I noticed that he made a post where he's like, oh, guess I'm gonna start collecting or something like that.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing about like the toy community and certain like I was watching him for a while, and I think what really, if anything, beat him down was like the comments and stuff. I don't know if you watched I don't know if you watched like his goodbye video. He talked about it, it's it and the thing about like when you're a toy hunter on YouTube, your content literally is you have to have a haul, right? You have to buy something. Like literally you have to be like, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna find this, and if you find it, that's a good video for YouTube to show. And that's what it
Correct,
like that's really what it promotes, right?
correct,
Because what they don't show you or tell you on YouTube is that like people, if they watch it all the way through, it's going to keep suggesting the videos to other people. So like you have to have like a story with your YouTube videos. Like you can't just be like, I'm going to go hunting and then not find anything. Nobody's going to watch that. They get
correct.
satisfied. Like one of my most popular videos was like me finding symbiote Spider-Man. And literally the title of the video was like my most satisfying toy hunt. And that I think it's like my second popular video. But and it was because like, I went through and I looked at it and I was like, why did this video do better than my others? And it's because it tells a story to a degree. It starts off like, hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another toy hunt video. Like I'm gonna go look for this new release in Chicago. It's hard to find right now. It's symbiote Spider-Man. And by default, Spider-Man's popular, right? So
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I'm gonna go look for it. And then like my first hump was like, oh, I didn't find it. Oh, bad. Next day, I'm gonna go look for it. And it was like eventually, I think I edited it perfectly enough where it kept people's retention that at the end of the day, like at the very end of the video, I found it. I was like, I got it, guys, I got it. Like, I'm excited. And that's what people kind of attach to when you do videos like that. They do want to see that. They do want to see the person be successful. It's almost like watching a story, right? Like you're reading a book, a little short story. If anything, that's how I learned like YouTube is a little bit like if you're gonna post a video, you almost have to make it story like. You almost have to have like some sort of intention in the
It
background.
makes sense. You gotta retain the viewer,
Yeah,
because nowadays people
yeah.
are
Keep the
just
attention.
people take their stuff in like to go
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Everything's like quick. That's why
See,
TikTok is so big right now, because
That
people like to watch like some jam music and like a
yeah.
quick. Okay, I see. I like that. I want it. I want to
And
buy it.
well,
Not
it's
sit
that's
yeah,
through
it.
an
exactly.
hour
There's
video.
there's so many different things like like they say like cut out all the pauses, like or like there's like all these little things like I don't know if you've heard of like the millennial pause. It's like when you start, it's quiet, and then you start talking, and then like they say cut that out, or like there's like all these little tidbits, but
Yeah.
it's about
Yeah,
retaining
it's
attention.
like kind of like what I did, like what I'm doing, kind of like you. And you told me that, Jorge, on Instagram with my little like small reviews on my reels. That is like a 40-45 seconds review on an action figure.
Yeah,
Actually, one of my best ones is like this figure that I just got right here, Calibac from
Calibac, he
McFarlane.
looks awesome, dude. Let me tell you, I have
And
yet to pull the trigger on one single McFarlane DC figure, but I think that's going to be my first.
that
the,
one. Which
the
one's that one? That's what's his name? I don't even know that character.
Calibac.
Calibac,
Okay.
Calibac.
He's from like the
This is
80s
dark
era.
side. This is dark side sun.
Yeah.
Uh, and the thing is like, yeah, you need to keep the attention on the person, right?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things that we've been talking about it. But really cool. I mean, really awesome. I start actually Mythic Legions when the first Kickstarter. What about
Oh
you?
wow, all the way back then.
Yeah.
2015, right? Is that 2015? It was one.
Yeah. I was, well, Jorge and I, we know each other because of Motu Classics,
Sure.
pretty
Most
much. So I was collecting Motu Classics since 2008. So I know the Horsemen from there, pretty much. And yeah, collecting Motu Classics drive me. I don't know about Jorge, but drive me to Mythic Legions.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
for sure.
common. I feel like it's
Yeah,
super common.
was pretty much
I've been a Four Horsemen. I don't know what you would call it. I've been like a Four Horsemen follower, fan since the 2000X Masters of the Universe
Masters of the Universe
Really?
2000.
Wow.
Cartoon Network. I bought up a shit ton of those figures, and then I just followed their transgression. From there, they went on to DC Universe Classics,
Right here.
and then Motu Classics. And I remember I was one of the first people to spot the first surprise He-Man prototype. This is what happened. I was at the Mattel booth, right?
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of stuff. At the time, it was DC Universe Classics, and I believe Ghostbusters, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm looking around and shit, and there was like a section where they were doing like a homage to Masters of the Universe, and they had a bunch of vintage figures, and they had Battle Cat, and they had some classic box art. But then up on a corner, I always had a very keen eye. Up on the corner, top like glass shelf, there was a He-Man figure, right? Like I've never seen one before. He was classic, but he had all this new articulation, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I told my friend, hey, dude, what is that? I think that's a prototype of something. And at the time, I had already met Cornboy because I used to work with figures.com. I was a reviewer with them. So I do the cons and I would interview everybody, Bonner from Hasbro, the Horsemen. So I've known Cornboy and Eric and the whole team for a very, very long time. So I go up to Cornboy and I'm like, dude, what is that He-Man up there? And he's like, oh, what He-Man are you talking about? He's acting all coyish. I'm like,
He's so
is that a
sneaky.
new
He's so
is that a new
sneaky.
line? He's like, go to the Mattel panel at whatever time, you know? And I was like,
Nice.
oh shit, I got goosebumps.
Nice. That's
So
cool. That's
I
cool.
took a picture of that, put it up on figures.com, and that picture blew up. It caught fire back. So, you know, it was awesome to physically be there when the birth of Motu Classics happened.
No.
And then, yeah, the rest is history. I've been following the Horsemen since then. I think they do amazing work. They have great synergy. They create amazing stuff. Eric Treadway,
Seven Kingdom.
dude. Oh, and that's the thing. Like they've done a bunch of other stuff. They did Gothmetropolis.
Yeah, that line's sick.
Dude,
Gothmetropolis. I remember the timekeepers, dude.
The timekeepers. I still have one timekeeper. I had the entire case of Gothmetropolis sent to me by the Horsemen to do a review. When the first wave of Mythic Legions came out, I got the prototypes
No way.
to review. I was the first look. The thing about that is, you know, from then to where we are now, a lot of things transitioned, you know. I no longer was working with figures.com, and there was a time that I kind of took like a hiatus on toy reviews. But I did a lot of really cool first looks. I got
That's
a lot
awesome, man.
of, you know, opportunities to do things that, you know, will always be something I remember. Unfortunately, it's just in my memory, and whoever saw it back then, because Google deleted all that shit. So,
Man, that's brutal, but
it's
that's
crazy.
cool.
I still have the custom Anti-Eternia Prince Keldor that Joy Amaro did for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know about Joy Amaro, but Joy Amaro, like I think Jorge knows him. They used to call him the Four Horsemen secret weapon. because he was the designer. He was one of the main designers behind the Battle
he,
Ram.
he did the
Yeah.
battle ram. He did the
He did also Castle Grayskull.
No
yes.
way.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and we became like friends. And out of the blue, I'm a huge Anti-Eternia He-Man fan, right? Since forever. So I was talking to him one day, and I believe I kind of like help him out with the figure for his son or something like that. And he was like, "Hey, dude, you have an idea of what do you want on that figure, whatever." I was like, "Well, I have this idea." And he's like, "Dude, shh, don't tell anybody because I don't do customs. I design toys,
Dang.
right?" So, and he did an Anti-Eternia Prince Keldor that I still have around here. Let me see. I still have the figure here. And funny thing, in the whole, because I was back in the days, remember Jorge, I was admin in Motu Nation,
Yeah.
and people offer me like 2K for this crazy amount of
Really?
this one, right? Yeah,
Does it go
it's
that?
great.
Does it go for that much?
It's
Well, it's
a
a one of a
neat figure.
kind figure.
Yeah.
Nobody have this figure, and it's made by one of the original
Man,
designers for Motu Classics.
that's a ultimate grail. That's a that's
This
an
is
untouchable.
this is
Hold
crazy.
on. Let me put you on the spotlight here.
Yeah,
Show
show
it
that
to
off.
everybody.
Show it off.
Go ahead. Put
You
it in
gotta
the
show that
camera.
off. You gotta show that
Yeah,
off.
here.
Yeah, there's no way you don't show that.
That
Off. That's one of a kind.
Anti-Eternia Prince Keldor designed by Joe Amaro, right there.
That is fucking sick.
That
And I
is
just
so
want to give
cool.
a shout out to some of our viewers. We have Native Son, Des Ref Fan, and Pablo Gonzalez. Thanks for hanging with us.
Pablo, what's up, man?
Mr.
Sweet.
Pablo.
So yeah,
But
man.
yeah, so you remember these ones, right, Jorge?
Yeah, of course.
These are Four Horsemen.
Yep. That's the 2000X line.
Yep.
I saw a lot of Four Horsemen like toys at MuskyCon. Like, I guess like it drew a lot of people over there, because everything was Mythic Legions or like old school, like Four Horsemen stuff. So I was like really impressed by their, because I didn't know they were doing a lot of that stuff, the Motu stuff back in the day.
Oh, yeah. And this is my other figure. You got this, Jorge?
I have it. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't had a chance, but
Dude, this thing is amazing. Just the package, dude.
yeah, the package is bad.
Look at this.
Destro.
Yeah.
Man, he is sick, dude. Actually, Mesco really like knocked it out of the park, dude, with this figure.
And I was kind of worried because I saw some pictures where he looked a little thick, but if you put him next to a classified, he's pretty
He
similar.
sizes well.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's just a
okay.
little wider, and that's because of the fabric.
The fabric. But no, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. In the cartoon, he looks more like this than like this.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah, for sure.
That's legit.
Totally.
But that is thick.
It is amazing, dude. It is amazing. And of course, this is my grail from this week. Honestly. This guy.
He can't put that figure
like
down.
$40? It's $40?
Huh?
He's 40
Well,
bucks?
I got this figure in a deal on Amazon. It was $30, something like that, on Amazon.
Nice.
Like 20 something. My friend Jimmy Han from Instagram, Jimmy Han Rises, just follow him. He's an amazing guy. He always help out people around the whole South Florida, dude. He always help out people. He give like where are the figures, whatever. He's always toy hunting, and he always give the tips to everybody. And so
That's
he was the one who told me about that figure that was like on sale on Amazon. So I took advantage of that, and there
That's
you
cool.
go. He's there.
That's
I
cool,
took some
man.
pictures on my Instagram from him. Really, really cool figure. And I did a like I said, I always do like my small reviews on Reels on the page, and man, that figure is really, really incredible. So my
So for those
partner,
of you who tuned in to the last live last week, I revealed that my haul, the stuff that I got from Big Bad. And here I got the Epic Hacks skeleton. I really like this one in particular because the like the fabric cloak, and then the
Oh, I didn't
hood.
realize that's fabric.
You can
How is the
remove the hood.
articulation?
That's
Yeah,
six
it's
inch,
all
right? Or is
fabric.
that
It
three
has
three quarters?
it's a mix of, you see, plastic, the
Mhm.
belt and stuff. The back of the hood, it's like a piece of the cowl that hangs over and in the back. But then all this is fabric.
What about the articulation?
Articulation. I'm gonna take off the hood
Yeah, break down that articulation. I want to see it
so we
because
can
I'm, you know,
see.
I'm an articulation guy.
He's
Yeah.
a very articulated guy.
Yeah, I love take pictures and stuff. You
So
know,
I
that's
took
my
off
thing.
the hood here, and then so he bends at the elbows. He has ball socket. Should I take the robes off? Let me see. I know there's a little like eclipse or something in the back.
Don't mess up your figure, dude, in camera.
No, I'm not gonna mess it. So here,
Don't
his head,
break it. That's gonna.
Yeah,
his head rotates.
nice.
The mouth opens,
Uh-huh.
closes, and then he can do a full T pose.
T-pose. It's single joint on the elbow,
That's
right?
pretty good.
Single
That's pretty
joint. It seems, yeah. I think it's a okay. There's the joint. So it's really cool because it doesn't even look like a joint. It looks like a straight up
No,
skeleton
it looks really good.
shoulder.
It looks really good.
And then here's the movement.
It looks like
Back and
you don't even
forth.
notice some.
No, I don't see it. Like there's no peg or anything. And then the wrist has what it looks like it's a little ball,
Mhm.
ball hinge. So you can do. It's on a it's a ball hinge joint. So you can do the swivel and the rotate. Let's see the waist. That's what I'm interested in. And looks like he has a rocker and the torso. But this belt piece kind of hides the.
Gets in the way.
Yeah, I know that this belt piece comes off. I just got to figure out how to do it without breaking it.
You know that, that now that you're showing that, I pre-ordered it.
Look at this.
Nice.
Look at that.
That
Everything
looks
is
good.
super
Like,
fluid.
That's good.
That's
Super
really
fluid.
nice.
Crotch shot.
I like that he actually looked really skinny, you know?
Yeah, exactly, because and that's something that we talked about on the previous. And Nolan, what do you think about that? What do you think about the horseman skeletons? I think they're a little too thick. Like they're not realistically proportioned. I get why they do it because they're customizable and all that, and they're supposed to be versatile with other parts to mix and match. But that's the only problem I've ever had with them is just that the proportions, the girth of the
Yeah, it's
bones
a little
is
thicker.
too thick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely a little thicker. I mean, like I have a bunch of skeletons, and I have like 2 all-ins with the Necronomus wave coming in, and like I'm not even like a big skeleton guy, like in general. But yeah, I think you're right. Now that I think about it, like, yeah, the proportions are definitely a little bit bigger.
Yeah, they're
Than what
big.
it should be. Like, you
Check
think
that out.
skeletons are a lot tinier. Oh, that's nice.
I got the one from the Fush. I
Alternate
pre-ordered it. I
Sleepy
want
Hollow.
to see how it looks.
The fuchsia pumpkin.
Yeah, the skeleton.
Yeah.
I want to see. I pre-ordered that figure in PowerCon last year.
He brings this translucent flame
It's
attachment.
like the headless horseman. What do you guys think of that figure?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great
He
figure.
has the flame
That's a great
attachment.
figure. I pre-ordered the Wukong figure.
The Monkey King?
Oh
Oh,
my
my
God.
gosh. I cannot wait for the Monkey King.
That's the
That
thing. Like
figure.
the Monkey King is one of my favorite stories when I was a kid.
Oh, is it? Is it really? Goes back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So, and I'm 48. So we're talking about when I was
That was years in the making for you.
when I was pretty much like maybe like 5 years old or something like that. Monkey King was one of my favorite stories, and actually it was like back in my country in Panama, Japanese TV programs were really popular. So that's why I'm fan of Mazinger Z, all these mecha robots from
Yeah.
like back in the days, you know, and Monkey King was actually a TV show in Panama when I was a little kid.
Oh, no way.
So yeah, so that's why I became such a fan of the Monkey King.
Check this out. He brings this cool
Oh, what
book.
is that?
Look how detailed that
That's
is.
Oh,
a
they
book.
come with
It's an
accessories.
open book,
Wow.
like a
You could use
steelbook.
that with Mythic Legions. Oh my gosh! Like, I
Yeah,
wish we got
totally.
books like that. Actually, isn't there an accessory pack for Mythic Legions like
And
that?
he brings a scythe, a bloody scythe,
That's really awesome.
and a stamp.
That's cool.
Nice.
Accessory packs.
So you were
Yeah.
watching Wukong. There was an animated series of Wukong.
Yep.
That's
Not
awesome.
anime, not animated. It was an actual TV program with real people.
Oh, it was live action. Okay.
Yes. It was. I don't know if you remember Sankuo Kai.
Yeah, that was so unexpected.
Well, it was.
Kai? No.
Yeah, it was pretty much by that time.
Okay.
Look what I got, dude. I got the dwarf coin set from
Oh, that's the Savage
Crucible.
Crucible.
Savage Crucible. Oh,
What do you think about those, Nolan? Did you get any?
I didn't because I do like them. Like I honestly, I was staring at them. I was contemplating on pre-ordering them, but I feel like that's another rabbit hole I cannot just get into. But I'm gonna just admire them from the far because I know a lot of people are really into it. But I don't know. I might order one later. That's cool. When did you get that?
These it was on the Kickstarter.
Oh, was it?
The decoder, yeah, the decoder. Right here.
That is
So
awesome.
they're gonna use this for certain like promotions and stuff with other waves.
There's a lot of people that are in the Legions community that helped out with the Savage Crucible, right? Like,
Yeah,
isn't there like a
and this
lot
is
of, like I think like
this is the book.
is that Nate Barsh or no? Nate Barsh did some art, right?
So yeah, pretty much what drive me actually into Savage Crucible was Kevin Dallas. So Kevin Dallas, I don't know if you know him. He's from Europe, and he's one of the like original customizers for Motu Classics back in the days
Okay.
when the Four Horsemen were doing Motu Classics. Kevin was the one who did the Conan the Barbarian custom heads and accessories for a Vicor from Motu Classics and some other custom figures. Kevin is one of the most amazing customizers like that I know, but people don't know because he's in Europe and he was kind of like, but his toy design is out of this world. Everything that is barbarian or knights from Savage Crucible is designed by Kevin.
Oh, is it?
Most of them, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say those knights look really good.
Yeah,
Like,
he designed also. I think he was the one who designed the ball and chain barbarian from Rosetta. He's the one. He's the one. So and you have Nicky Nicole as paint master.
Yeah, Nicky Nicole did a. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? I mean,
I've seen a lot of her work.
You have William that was with Harbinger Studios. You know, like there's a bunch of people. They're talented people. So I was like, dude, and the articulation on those things is out of this world. Actually, let me show you.
Yeah, I was watching D Amazing's video on that. Like a lot of that stuff looks like honestly pretty sick. I think I'm gonna wait more till people get them in hand, and I think I might grab one, but I'm trying to curate the collection a little bit to make sure
I got like 3
here
or
you
4
go.
of them.
See this?
Yeah, he has a prototype.
Yeah,
I have a prototype.
I got prototype. Let's see it. Whip it out. That's cool.
So these right here is one of the weapons.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, this thing has so many
Cool
paintouts,
design.
dude. It's insane.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, that's a cool weapon. I like that. What does that come with? Does that come with like just any figure, or is that like a certain?
Yeah, look at this helmet. And it's
Wow.
pliable.
Crustacean.
Yeah. Let me show you. Here we go.
I can't wait to see the figure itself. Oh, no way. Yo, okay. That's the figure I was looking at, actually. Like, I was debating on what's his name? Which one's this one?
This is the Phantom Scout from the Abyss.
The Scout.
Yes, and you can place look. You can place the helmet.
That's cool. That's legit.
So this is a prototype. So I mean, if I move it, it's gonna like fall in pieces. But look at the articulation of this thing. Check this out. Look at the the head.
Yeah.
Look how it moves. It has like 3 points of articulation just on the head, on the neck.
Yeah, that's legit.
It's insane. And elbows, like bicep cut,
And he's
jointed.
translucent, right?
Yeah, double jointed elbows.
Right?
Double jointed elbows. This thing is interchangeable.
The wrist guard.
Okay. Yes, everything. You can take apart everything, and it's like soft. It's like a soft rubber with a crazy amount of paint. It's insane.
So you can like basically get them nude. Is that right?
Butterfly joints. The articulation on the waist is insane. Check this out.
Wow. Oh, that's good.
Look, double jointed in the knees with rotation, upper thigh rotation. Look at the feet.
Wow, these are gonna be really good figures coming out.
Dude, this thing is out of this world, dude, to be honest with you. Like as I say, I'm huge fan of like good articulation on the figures to take pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But this thing, like you can check the size next to the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, that's a pretty good size. The one that I'm looking at is like
it's on the 7-inch like Mythic Legion size.
Right.
Pretty much. If I put him next to a Mythic Legions, let me look for Mythic Legions really quick so you can see.
Check out how dynamic.
I'm looking at the prices. These were $38 at the Kickstarter. That's such a good deal.
The price was insanely cheap for what they are. Because let me tell you, dude.
Check out how dynamic this is.
Look at the size.
Oh, that's cool. That's legit too.
This is the size next to a Mythic Legions.
Showing it. Oh, there you go. The Borges. Oh my god, I can't wait for that Legions Con, guys. Oh my gosh. The re-release of that version. Speaking of Borges.
You have this one?
I don't have that one, but we'll get them this year, I guess, right?
Yeah, dude, this figure is my favorite character from Mythic Legions. This is my favorite figure ever. It's on my top 10 favorite figures on my collection, dude.
Top 10?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
On my top 10.
He's a vampire.
Goes for like a pretty penny.
He's not. I mean, originally, yes, he's like a vampire, but actually, he's an armor, like an empty armor.
Oh, okay.
Does he come with a vampire head or no?
Yeah.
Does he come with a vampire head or no?
No. The original. No.
The exclusive one does.
The new one comes with a vampire. The thing was like this. The character itself was an armor that. It was this vampire, I don't remember the name. He was from Elitias or whatever faction, and he wanted to have like more power. So he took, he went to these two guys, the two demons, Asahar and Zazar or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they built the armor for him.
Oh, no, I love that.
For this vampire. And then what happened was like the armor was so powerful that it was consuming the life of the person that wear it.
Oh, that's a cool
So
story.
That's a cool
so the
story.
only way to keep the armor alive was by killing people and pretty much consuming their inner life, and that's why he's all covered in blood. This is actually like dry blood. That's why
Okay.
he's like that. He was covering himself in blood.
That's sick.
Jeremy writes such good stories.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
I can't wait for the. I think they were releasing a book, right? And I think Nate Barch is doing the art,
That would
and
be that would be great. That
that's
would be
going to be
great.
a really good book. Like,
Check
when
this out, guys. Look how dynamic.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
no,
want to see
that's
that in person, dude. I may need to order one. That's the only color?
Well, this
no.
is the
They
cool.
can
Like they have a pirate one, which is like a neon green. There's a barbarian and a gladiator. They're $24.99 each.
That's a good
Not
price for
bad.
that.
Big Bad has them right now.
Not bad.
Are you guys gonna order anything this Saturday for the in stock sale?
From the ISS, I
Yeah.
don't
What do you guys
know.
think? You guys
It
need any of those?
depends on what they have. Like I'm gonna look at
I think it's
as far as exclusives or like the rarer
yeah. I
pieces.
think they have what they have the Alithia Wave. They got Dorina, and then I think they got like Equidron.
Okay.
And
But
then
it's
Which one? The
shadow
regular
Equidron, right?
Equadron?
It's
I
not the
think it's I
regular
think it's
Equidron.
I think it's
It's a
regular.
shadow.
I don't think it. I don't know. I don't think it's shadow. I think it's just regular.
Really?
And then like
Okay, if it's
pins and like
regular
some other.
Equidron, I want that one.
I thought that figure
I know a couple
was
of people are looking at that one.
I thought that figure was sold out.
The Equidron.
No, I mean, Four Horsemen, like they're sneaky. They keep a couple of things in their
Yeah.
in their warehouse. Like they keep extra cases of stuff
See,
just to
the
have them
thing
in
what it
show.
is right now is that they're clearing the warehouse because they're
Oh,
making
they have
way.
to.
They're making way for Cosmic Legions Wave 1.
Yeah, because like what they do is when they go to shows is they bring like just random stuff from the warehouse. So like at Toylanta, they had a box or two of King Bromptons, right? And they sold them for $40. And then when I went to MosKeyCon, they had Brother Mandibulus, and I bought him for $40. So it's just crazy that they have some older figures they'll bring occasionally.
Yeah, they did the
This guy
same
right here, man.
in Legion's Con.
Yeah,
This guy right here is so sick. You
That's
guys have
good.
this?
He's
yeah, I
awesome.
got that one. That one's sick. You can buy them right now. I think it's like some retailers have them for cheap, right? Like for the
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
they're doing.
was
They're
actually
doing like
really. I bought him on Legion's Con actually.
I got him at Legion's Con too. Like I picked them
He
up.
was really cheap actually.
yeah. He's like I think it was like 45, and
Yeah,
then
it wasn't bad at all. I love buying
and
from
then
the Four Horsemen tables.
the pack was like 30. So I think all said and done it's like 75.
Yeah, that's such a great deal for that size of a figure because usually you pay for that figure like $90, right? Like just on its own or something like that. So
Yeah,
$25.
That's a huge figure, dude.
So one thing I wanted to talk about, which is something that we were mulling around, it's just the state of collecting right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the way the economy is, things have skyrocketed. For me, like I'm a Marvel guy over DC, so I still buy things, but right now I'm in the no FOMO zone. So what I'm doing is I'm not pre-ordering anything. I'm just waiting for shit to drop, and eventually it goes on sale.
Right.
I know Carlo was really excited about the Drax the Destroyer 2-pack that was released last week.
Oh, I need that Drax, dude. I need that Drax.
Yeah. And like for me, this week is the Green Goblin Mary Jane 2-pack because I'm a completist. I'm when we come to Marvel, what made me a Marvel guy is like I learned English with Spider-Man.
No way.
I grew up in a Cuban household, and my grandparents and my dad, we all spoke Spanish. So I didn't really speak a lot of English in my early years, but I watched Spider-Man, the 1966 cartoon, and through there I started learning to say Spider-Man and Peter Parker and things like that, and that introduced me into speaking English. So for me, Spider-Man is the ultimate hero in Marvel lore. And then these Spider-Man animated figures that are coming out, the VHS tapes,
Yeah.
and even the carded ones, I have every single one of them up on a wall, like
Yeah.
wallpaper style. And I'm getting the VHS ones. I
That's
love
awesome.
that concept.
That's awesome.
You know?
No, that's
What
good.
do you
That's
have there,
legit.
Do you
Carlos?
have this?
No, I do not have Ronan the Accuser.
Ronan, no.
I'll
The
get it when
classic.
he's on clearance.
Yeah, honestly, like, because I mean, nowadays, just the figure, the prices are just so inflated. Like,
Yeah.
I can't justify
No.
that nowadays. Because like last year, I bought like I think I was buying full waves of stuff. I'm like almost blindly to a degree, but I feel like everyone. I think it was like last holiday that we saw stuff go on sale and clearance and dirt cheap, and everyone's like, like you know what? I'm just gonna wait. This stuff is hanging on the pegs and they're going to go on clearance. And I think a lot of people kind of caught on that,
Yeah.
No,
So,
yeah.
And especially now with this whole stupid plastic list agenda,
oh
where
my God,
everything's in a box.
that
That's one of
killed
the things I was
sales.
going to mention, that I like the Spider-Verse figures that you picked up, because those actually reveal what the hell you're buying.
Mhm.
I hate not being able to see the toy that I'm buying.
Yeah,
So
that's
Think,
crazy.
think about it.
Hasbro revealed that they're going back to plastic.
No, I
So
mean,
they knew that they were going to lose money, and they took the risk, and now they're going to go back to formula.
part of the joy when you think about it is like picking up the package itself and looking at it, right? Like that's the first experience that anyone has. Like when you were a kid, you picked it up on the toy shelf and you looked at it, you stared at it, you kind of were in awe of it.
Yeah.
You wanted to fall in love with the figure right there and then. And as an adult, you want to, like, obviously you have a little bit of that. You get drawn to it. And then you're also picking out the paint apps. You're like, okay, now that I've kind of the first stage of it was like I'm drawn to the figure. Now you're like, now I want to kind of just observe and see which one's the best one out of these, right? And Hasbro took that away from a lot of people, and it kind of killed that joy of the hunt to a degree, right? Or like that, because like I think I was listening to, I can't remember who the guy is on YouTube. He's like, he's in the industry and he talks about packages and stuff, and he said like when you look at just a plain box, it's like a game board, like you don't look at that like because toy aisles are designed for parents, and they want to look at it like, they don't consider the adult collector. It's like parents are going to walk past it, right? They want to look at what they're actually buying. And to the degree, like, it's us too, right? Because like I think when you really think about it, the 90s, the 80s, like those were the best times for toys, right? We are the ones with money now. We are the ones that are buying it. And
Kids really don't buy toys, sadly.
kids nowadays don't buy toys. Like we grew up with Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, right? Like when it was new, when it was brand new. So it grew up with us. And I can't tell you. I'm maybe just spitballing here. Like I think 90s were the best time for toys, right? Like just I think like in general, like those were the stuff that made us really fall in love with a lot of that stuff. And like we take it to adulthood to a degree. We've evolved from a lot of it. We've curated our collections, but at the end of the day, like that kind of era of toys, like going into a KB, a Toys R Us, like you looked at those toys and you're like, man, this is awesome. This is cool.
I envy the Canadians because they still have Toys R Us.
Damn Toys R Us. I know.
What we have is like some bullshit boutique style Toys R Us inside of Macy's.
But just look now when you're going to Target, on the Target aisle, what you see?
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe, right?
Yeah.
From the 80s.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe from the 80s, correct? Transformers, right?
Transformer, yeah.
Marvel and wrestling figures. That's it.
Star Wars, yeah. Star Wars, yeah.
That's it.
Star Wars if you get lucky.
Star Wars. So pretty much you have like this is the thing. You can tell that now kids are not interested in pretty much the action figure the action figure community or like offer because there's nothing for them like for example, you seen like this Mario stuff. Mario is from the 90s,
yeah,
right? Mario is from '90s. You have movies and reboots and all the stuff, but everything you have, there's nothing new invented now that you can tell. Oh my God, this is awesome. It's good for my kids. It's his generation. You don't see anything like that now. You know,
Yeah.
like from back in the days when I was a kid, that you have all this new stuff. You know, like Thundercats, Silverhawks, Tiger Sharks. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sky Commanders, uh, Inhumanoids, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like 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 nowadays is so like, to me it's kind of like sad, but honestly, like I was telling to my wife, I was like, unfortunately, the action figure community is gonna die with us.
It really will. It
You
really
know
will.
what? That's
It's,
something that is what I was going to say. You took the words out of my mouth. I think, and it's sad, but I think that even if we get our kids into toys in a way, it's not going to be that same passion that we have right now.
I
I
agree.
think once we get into like the 2030s, 2050s, the toy industry is going to really take a downturn.
I,
So it's sad to hear that, but it's just I go to the stores and I don't
It's
really see a
reality.
lot of
yeah.
kids buying toys.
The toys right now are catered to us. Like
Yeah,
they're catered to us 100%.
but
Like
retailers are still treating it as if it's for children, which
to a
is a
degree.
stupid
Yeah.
thing,
But
because
we're the ones. Yeah, sorry.
they don't look at it in a realistic manner. Like I'll give you an example: the NECA aisle. So the
Yeah.
NECA aisle, you can't even like track the stuff online. You have to go to like Pop Finder or something like that because they don't have the same type of SKU system that you get in other. I think we lost Nolan.
We
You there,
lost.
Nolan? Hold on.
I'm
I
good.
lost you there for a
Good. I'm
minute. Okay,
sorry.
he's back.
I'm
Good.
sorry. I'm right here.
So, so yeah, you have to like the SKU system for the NECA stuff is not the same as the toys that are in the toy aisle because NECA lives in another area. They're usually like by the electronics and like by where the pop figures are and stuff.
Collectibles.
Yeah.
Right. So they treat those as adult collectors, but in reality, everything that's not in the toddler aisle is aimed at us.
Yeah.
It's not
No, it
aimed
is.
at children. Kids don't care about Black Series figures. Kids don't care about Marvel Legends. You're gonna tell me that a 6-year-old is gonna be telling their dad that they want
Han Solo.
the latest wave of Marvel Legends, which
Yeah.
is all based on 80s comics? No, unless their dad read those comics or shared that joy with their kids and the kids want to follow suit. But it's just a very different world we're living in now, and it's
No,
sad.
I mean, you got
Yeah,
the iPad kids, right? I mean, like it's just it's a different genre. Like toys
Everything's
are really
electronic.
our
It's
generation.
annoying. Everything is electronics. It's Roblox. It's
Yeah.
what's this other Minecraft. All
no,
that
this
crap.
thing is awesome, dude. Let me tell you.
That's a cool figure. That is a cool.
It is awesome.
That is a cool.
Look how he follows you with his eyes, dude. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Oh wow! I had.
Oh, I didn't realize it does that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it does.
You know what I have? I used to have the SH Figure Arts Super Mario. Remember
Yeah.
they did the world building and he came with the Goombas and he had
Oh
like,
no, I didn't
the
realize.
bricks and all that stuff. That's the Mario that I had, but that was like years ago, before we even thought there was gonna be a movie. And it was funny because I went to see the movie with my wife, and me and her were all like giddy. Oh my God, look, Donkey Kong. Oh my God, this. And like the kids that were in the audience, they were all like on their phones or like not paying attention. And it
Oh,
was the
really?
parents that were wowing. The parents were like,
That was into it.
oh, wow. You know what I mean? Because we're the ones that connected with that. Because we're the ones that were playing that when we were little kids. So
Yeah. I mean,
it's like,
I seen parents in the toy aisle picking up Mario figures, like
Oh, I
for their
bet.
kids.
I bet that's for us. That's for
Yeah.
us.
But yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, like I didn't
I
watch
mean,
this movie yet. It is really good, right? Everybody tells me that
the
it's
movie's amazing. Yeah.
this.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet either, but apparently people are telling me to check it out too.
It's so fun. It's so fun, especially if you played
It's a
the
fun
game
movie.
when you were
Yeah.
little. If you had the original Nintendo system, you're
I want
going
to
to
see it.
appreciate
Okay.
so many things. You know,
I'm gonna
there's
try
a
to
lot
get
of
to.
little.
I'm gonna try to watch that this weekend, if it's still out.
You should, man. There's a lot of Easter eggs. I'm gonna go check out Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Definitely gotta watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that. I want to see how that whole storyline
They
ends.
say it's really good, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm not
did. I
surprised.
think without spoiling it, I mean, it definitely just closed it out. All right, because like let me tell you this. I mean, like you know how you feel about the last couple of Marvel movies. It's been like it's okay. It's hit or miss.
Yeah,
But to be fair, like, and I think like to general Marvel fans, I think you're gonna just like it. Like I'll just say that. Like I think like
yeah,
James Gunn did it justice, closing out a chapter. Right. I think
yeah.
that's at the end of the day.
I
That's
heard it was. I heard it was
that's
really sad and stuff like that.
that's really really cool.
Just one point, just talking about like just to circle back a little bit about how toys are catered to us. For example, I don't know if you've guys noticed this, but Lego, for example, right? We if you were a kid in the 90s or whatever, probably bought a Lego set here or there. Obviously, a lot of people have it, but I don't know if you guys walked through a Lego aisle recently, but they have a new thing called it's in its black boxes. They're called the Adult Collector, and it's literally catered to the adults that can now afford it, that who have jobs. And these sets are a little more expensive, a little more intricate, but like we said, a lot of the toys nowadays they're trying to market it towards us, right? And then I think that's just how it is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is what it is. I think like the only I believe the only maybe toys that actually are targeted for kids, especially little girls, maybe is like Barbies,
Right.
you know, because you don't see like that many. I mean, there's adults who collect Barbies, right? But mainly you see like little girls always picking up Barbies or this, what's the name? Monster High,
I think so. Yeah.
like figures like that. But like actual kids, like kids going to the toy aisle and picking up stuff. Like I've seen adults picking up wrestling figures. I've seen adults picking up GI Joe Classified, right?
Yes. Yes.
I've
Yes.
seen adults picking up Marvel Legends, and
Yeah.
I've seen adults picking up Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
you see the little girls, yes, they like to go to the Barbie section. Still, my daughter is 10. She is more into like being on the computer playing Roblox and stuff. I mean, thankfully, my daughter is like pretty much full time into dance because she dances professionally and she competes and everything. So pretty much she's from 4 or 3:30 to 7:38 at night in dance every single day, right? So she's interacting with other girls, with like friends and stuff like that, and she's not in the computer the whole day, right? But as soon she hit home, she do homework, and she's right there with her friends from dance or school on the computer playing Roblox. That's it. That's what she
Yeah.
does. When I
Yeah.
was 10 years old, I was playing with GI Joes and Transformers, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
We were
That whole
setting up our
play thing,
displays and
like
all that.
going outside and playing, like playing with toys, like in your buddy's backyard and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's
That's yeah. I don't think that happens a lot anymore. Because
Yeah,
like right, like
we're
you
right now
you
remodeling her room because she's not using. She has more than 100 Barbies. I think she has like 2 Barbie houses, and she
nah.
doesn't use that. I'm the one who used the Barbie house to take pictures with my action figures.
Yeah, I mean, like, because when you were like kids, like, right, like I don't know if you like. I grew up with like a big family, so like, I had a ton of cousins my age, and we all like. I would be like the Blue Ranger. I would have the Blue Ranger out, and then my cousin would have the Green Ranger, and they would have the red. We'd coordinate which toys we want to get, and we would start
Exactly,
playing together.
exactly. For
And we would
Christmas,
like,
I remember for Christmas having this conversation with my friends when I was like 12, not even 12. I was like 10, 9, and we were like, okay, so who's gonna buy what for Christmas? And
yeah,
and I was like, okay, I'm gonna ask for the dreadnoughts, And my other friend Cesar was like, okay, I'm gonna ask for the troopers and I'm gonna buy this vehicle. And Carlos, don't order the Raven because I'm gonna order that one. You order the Havoc.
Yeah.
And we were doing that because at the end of the day, every single weekend, we were in the patio, any of the patios, any of the houses, and we were making up stories. And we were playing stories that were lasting like for months, dude.
Yeah.
Never ending
Nowadays,
story.
we'll never know what that
That's
feels like.
legit. Yeah.
It
I mean,
was
I
amazing.
you don't see that nowadays, right? Like everyone's just doing their own thing and everyone's
And I
playing
think
video games.
a lot of it has to do with the dangers. You know, us as parents are very cautious about
Oh,
letting
true.
our children just
Well,
run amok outside.
Well,
Sure.
yes, that's another thing, dude. Like it's out of control right now.
We grew up in a different time, right? Like parents would be like, "Hey, just come back when the lights, like like."
I mean,
Yeah.
there was still kidnappings and shit, but it wasn't like the way it is now. You know, it's just things
No,
are
dude,
just
like how sad it is that my daughter asked me a few weeks ago after what happened in Texas. She was no after actually after what happened here with the girl that sent an email saying that she will kill everybody in the schools. Remember?
the
This
threat.
was
Yeah,
this was 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago
yeah,
here
yeah,
in South
right.
Florida, right? They pretty much shut down all the schools because this idiotic girl. So what my daughter asked me was like, why people wants to kill kids? My 10-year-old daughter is worried about bad people killing kids in schools. Like
That's another topic.
Yeah, dude.
That's just
But let's keep it cheery.
Yeah.
This was really fun, Nolan. I know you need to go. I gotta pick up my daughter. She's at her grandpa's.
I need to
But,
take pictures.
yeah, definitely take some pictures of him. And that's one thing I miss, man. I miss doing the toy photography. Like,
My God.
I got Nolan. You know, I'm a big Thundercats fan, so I got
Yeah.
my Thunder Tank, which I'm dying to take it out
Oh,
outdoors.
you got that? You actually got that one? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
of course you did.
Bring that to my house and we can take some insane
Wait.
pictures.
Just
Real
say
quick. You guys got like DSLRs? What do you guys got? Like, because I'm looking for a camera because I do want to get into the photography aspect. So what do you
I
guys
have a Canon DSLR. It's a little older, but it's a great camera.
Yeah.
And I was telling Carlos though, man, like, because he was thinking about doing the same thing, and I think the type of photography that you can pull off on an iPhone 14 Pro Max
Just the same?
That's
is
what I have.
very
That's
close.
what I did.
That's what you use?
That's what I use. You check my pictures, and you will think that I take the pictures with a
The trick, dude,
mega
is
professional camera.
have a good tripod, have a good device.
Good lighting.
Your phone.
Good lighting. Get this for the
Outdoor
for some
lighting
of,
is the best.
for some of the effects.
Oh, you got the atmosphere. You get the aerosol atmosphere. Nice.
Yeah, and get some lights. Look what I have. I have let me show you. I have these lights.
Okay.
They're like pretty amazing from Amazon. And I use a bunch of stuff like this type of light.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mainly like creativity, dude. Like just go like the same you do with your videos, dude.
Right.
Like just go there and have fun. Because listen, at the end of the day, some of my friends are super worried about the traffic they have on their pages or whatever, dude. I just have fun.
Yeah.
You have to. At the end of the day, you have to just do it because of fun and not the clout.
Just have fun, dude. Like right now, my Instagram has an engagement of this week 87,000 accounts reach.
Yeah. Nice.
On my just by taking pictures and having fun.
Yeah.
You know, like at the end of the day, that is having fun. This is a hobby, dude.
You know, it's crazy because like, and just to talk about it, you know, like, because sometimes you put so much work into something and you think it's gonna like blow up, but then on the flip side, you know, sometimes you just put your opinion out, like not even thinking about it, and it's like it just gets a crazy amount of reach, right? There's no way to figure out the algorithm. It's so
now
bizarre.
that you say that, listen, I got the Mezco Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, I'm gonna take some cool pictures with the Mezco Batman, whatever. And it was okay, the reaction. And then I got the McFarlane Batman 89, the one from the movie, The Flash, right?
Yeah.
I put just a picture of the Mezco Batman next, like this dude, pretty much this
Yeah.
picture,
Next to the
one next to
McFarlane
each
one.
other, dude. It blew out that picture
But why do you think it blew up? Because
because people wants
were
to
like,
see.
do I spend 100 something on Mezco, or is the McFarlane one gonna be good enough?
That's what people wants to see.
So you answered their question in one little picture,
Yep,
and
yep.
that's why it blew up. And
Like
that's why
some,
sometimes less is more.
it's
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, you can't overthink it. You can't figure out social media. Like sometimes you put in way too much work into something, doesn't do much. You got to just have fun. Like, at the end of the day, just have fun.
Have
Exactly.
fun, dude. Have
And
fun.
this has been really fun. I really enjoyed, chatting it up with you guys. We got to do it again sometime, Nolan.
Yeah,
Thanks for
absolutely.
joining us. Carlos, it's been awesome chatting it up. Everybody
Cool,
that tuned in and joined us, thank you. Appreciate the support. And we'll
Take
see
care,
you guys in
Nolan.
the toy house.
Well, thanks, guys.
Later, everybody.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
All right.